Yesterday we had day off because of the Wednesday game. So today will be our first practice back after playing Tennessee on Saturday, and I expect that we're going to have we're going to have a very spirited, competitive practice today, and I'm excited about it. Really looking forward to it. When you played the way we played on Saturday, the only thing that makes me feel better is after we get done with a really good practice, following a disappointing defeat, and so that's what I'm looking forward to today. Questions?
What kind of went into what happened, especially in the second half of that game? Was it just young team being on the road? Was it the Kentucky game, kind of a hangover? What did you kind of see when you kind of watched it back and talking to the players and things?
You know what? We have got to play. Bottom line is the number one principle is play hard. And our defense, we weren't pressuring the ball. They only had 7 turnovers. So we've got to do a better job. That's how this team has to play in terms of sometimes being undersized. We've got to err on the side of aggression, and we were not aggressive with our defense. So we've got to do a better job in that respect. I think that's the biggest thing right there.
I imagine it rebounding and boxing out, obviously emphasis on a lot of practice, but maybe even more so today.
Yeah.
When you say you want a spirited practice, other than energy, and what are you looking for, whether it's during the drills or whatnot?
Just competing and being physical, and being tough, and having pride in every single thing that you do. It's those things. And we're going to watch. Well, I haven't done it this year yet. We're going to actually watch, because we couldn't do anything yesterday because we have to have a day off during the school year part of the year, that we're going to watch the first 24 minutes of the game before we go up and practice, so that we can have fresh in our mind how we played the last time we were out there on the floor together. So, and I'm confident that we'll have a good practice today. We got good kids, and they'll see, the areas that have got to get better for us to get back playing the way we know we can play. I mean, so that's where we're headed.
What are you going to point out what are the highlights of that film that they're going to watch the first 23? What are you going to show them?
Similar things. Post defense, just allowing easy duck ins, lack of ball pressure, and then shot selection. The first shot of the game was a bad shot. Way too quick, guarded 3. Our first 5 shots were 3s, and 3 of them were bad shots. I mean, the 3 threes that we took, 3 of the 5 were bad shots. No other way around it. I mean, we made one. Q made one in the corner that was a good shot, and I'm trying to remember what the 5th one was.
When you look at the Tennessee game, I think Schneider only a couple fouls compared to 9 the previous 2 games. What did he do that? I know you said he was going to run a lot during practice. If he used those hands in the post, what did you see out of him against Tennessee?
I thought that Schneider did the best thing he did in the game was defensive rebound. He did a good job scoring in the post, but he's got to be better for us defensively. He's got to be more active. He's still playing too erect. This is not – a lot of guys, when they get their defensive stance, this is what they're doing. Defensive stance is bending my knees. It's being down here. And he's still learning, how to play knees bent. And I'll tell you what, he played hard, comparatively. He's getting better at that, and he started to cramp in the game, playing 20 minutes. So we need to be playing really hard and get better. And one of the things I made a mistake, and I can't do this ever again the rest of the year, is we're preparing for our opponent. And before A&M and Kentucky, I was using Abdul the whole time. And I didn't have him go because he wasn't going to play in the game when we were going over through our opponent's stuff on a Friday. That's a mistake because he simulates other SEC people. So he's got to be involved in bulk of possessions every day. It helps our other team players have to compete against him, and it's just keep getting him to improve. And I think I told you the one day before we played Kentucky, He rebounded in every single offensive rebound that we have a drill where you got to block out and get 2 stops in a row before the next 3 guys have to come in and do the same thing, over and over and over, and he's in the whole time. I mean, so today, he's not coming out. You know, it's going to be someone's going to have to deal with him all day long. That makes you better when you got to compete. And that's the best team I've coached, the best players, are when guys are really competing against each other and really trying to take it at one another between those lines. And, you know, you start thinking about, you know, how did, you know, Russell Westbrook had to go against Aaron Aflalo and Darren Collison as a freshman, and that really helped him improve. You know, start thinking about Collison having to go on Jordan Farmar every day and how much they improved. And you're talking about players, you know, over the years, you know, competing against one another. That's how you get better. And that's what we got to have every day out there. And that's why, you know, getting Abdul back in practice a year ago, having so many guys out, it's hard to get good practices if you don't have enough guys. And so, you know, I thought our practices have really improved since, you know, early December, and it's made our team better.
Missouri's had a tough season so far, but what have you seen from them?
Never quit. They never give up. They keep battling. They keep coming back at you. It really worries me, this game, because they're not going to come in here and lay down. I mean, they haven't won a game in the SEC yet. They've been right there. They're tough. They're very, very tough and well coached. So, you know, I know that we're going to have to do a good job attacking their zone offensively, but it all starts for us, you know, at the defensive end. And I last week, like, for example, I spent too much time, you know, with a young team, you're trying to teach so much, but we got to just get back to, you know, what we're, our mantra is, which is defend and rebound. We've got to defend and rebound to have a chance to win in this league, night in and night out. That's what the best teams do.
Mario had a big game against Kentucky. How has he kind of settled into that lineup, and how have you kind of seen him grow from as each week's gone on?
I think Mario has improved as the season's progressed, and I think that you know, he was in here last night shooting on his own with one of our managers. You know, he called the manager up and said, "I want to shoot," and came over here. He and Lamar did, and you know, I almost wish he wouldn't have, because you want to have a day to heal, but in the same respect, I'm glad, because it shows, you know, he's hungry and wants to improve and get better. So, you know, he's just, you know, for us, you know, we're playing him a lot of minutes out of position at times because we have to, because that's, you know, where we are. And we've got to, you know, him keep getting better and keep improving in every facet of his game, but I'm excited about his progress this year.
How big a piece in last year's recruiting class, obviously the top 10 class, but how big a piece was Mario in that class?
He's starting. I mean, I think he started every game, so I think that's kind of the answer to that one.
Q's had some tough stretches, two of the last three games. I know first half against A&M, and his rebound total's kind of gone down a little bit the last few games.
Yeah, he had one rebound in 29 minutes, which is not enough. We spoke about that. I mean, right after that game, I made him and Eric watch the whole game with me. After the game on Saturday, on the plane back, on the bus, in the at the airport before we took off, so they could get a sense of it and watch it, because we couldn't do anything with them on Sunday. I just wanted them to see and improve. But we had a great workout with Q this morning. I should say at noon today, and I'm really excited about some of the strides we made just today. I mean, you got to remember, we have, everybody in this room has so high expectations for Quindary Weatherspoon. You know, he's a sophomore that started playing basketball competitively when he was a ninth grader. And just watching him today, it shows me where his ceiling is. I mean, he's really, really going to get special here. I mean, because he's coachable. He listens. He buys in. He's a great kid. He's a great competitor. So I expect Q to really take it to a new level here as we play our last 6 weeks of the conference season. We got 6 weeks left. That's it. I mean, his sophomore year regular season is over in 6 weeks. When you start thinking about that and saying that, I hope that really resonates with our guys today, because that's something I'm going to talk about. We got 6 weeks left. I mean, your freshman year is almost over. Let's get the most out of these last 42 days.
Physically, has Q been fine? What he was about to say?
I mean, you know, his wrist has bothered him. You know, he's always banged up with his legs, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, if you're going to play 82 games, this is nothing. So, you know, forget about it.
Can you talk about what you got from Tyson in the second half when you closed down that?
Yeah, I thought Tyson did a good job for us in the second half, and you know, he got out and you know, finished a nice dunk in transition on a really good advance. I think it was Lamar who advanced it to him. You know, the biggest thing for Tyson is just defending and rebounding. You know, he still played. I don't think he got a rebound in the game, and he played 16, 17 minutes. So, you know, he's got – and the thing that I was – as you guys remember when we came back from Italy, the thing I was most excited about him in Italy, he led us in defensive rebounding. And so I know he can do it.
Going back to rebounding for a second, what are the guys
Going back to
rebounding for a second?
Okay.
What are the guys doing or not doing? Because against Tennessee, they were the team that actually were at the height disadvantage, and you guys had a better output against Kentucky.
You know what? Tennessee is really tough and physical. You know, I was reading before the game. I think you remember that I mentioned this after the game that Billy Kennedy talked about. You know, the opener in the SEC where Tennessee won at A&M. They got out physical. They got out toughed. That's how Tennessee plays. They played the third toughest schedule in the country this year. So they're really, you know, battle worn and very physical. Number 2, the kid Williams, who played great against us, absolutely whacked the heck out of Schneider in the first 2 minutes of the game. Just came over. I'd like to demonstrate to Greg, but I don't think, you know, he would like that much. But I'm talking about come over and just whack him with his hips. Totally legal, right way to play. I absolutely loved it, and I was just yelling at him during the game. See how it's going to be, Schneider. This is what you're into. And I thought he actually responded. You know, Schneider has got to be more physical with his strength and his ability to throw. That's not who he is. That's who he's learning that he's got to become. That's who Abdul already is right now. That's who Abdul already is right now.
So is that what you kind of point out when you're telling these guys to watch it over, or you're telling them to watch the game again? Are those sort of the things that you're pointing out?
Yeah. You know what I want to do today, Greg? I want any of you that want to come watch practice today, just stick and watch practice. So you guys can see what we're going to do. And I'm going to let our players know I'm letting you guys watch. We're watching our guys compete. We'll be in the mize for the first 20 minutes, and then we'll be in the hump. And you guys can sit there and watch and evaluate. You know, we're gonna. So if you want to watch and see what we're gonna do, stick around.
You talk about rebounding. Is it still just boxing out? I know that's what you said last week. Is it that simple, or is there something more, like you said, the physicality of?
It's blocking out, going to get it. All 5 guys on the glass.
I think we're approaching about a month since Xavier returned. What have you seen in that month?
It's been more a month, December 2nd. So,
Almost 2 months.
yeah, it's been a month and 17 or 19 days, 20 days. It's been about, let's see, what is that, 29, and what's the date today?
23rd.
Yeah, so 52 days. So it's been, you know, 7 weeks and 3 days. And, you know, for him, he is not going to get into full basketball shape and conditioning in 7.5 weeks. It's just hard to do. And he's playing really hard, and we need him. We need him to keep bringing what he can bring. He's just got to harness it, you know. And when he gets tired after 3 minutes, then we've got to get him out and get him back in. You know, he's about 3 minutes is about all he can give you because he plays his hardest. I would say the guys that play their very hardest consistently all the time, you know, he's right at the top of the list. You know, Q, IJ, I think Lamar, and I thought we already lost that, and you know, we've got to get that back. You know, today in today's practice.
So Mario, Coach seems to be really disappointed with the ball game on Saturday. What was kind of the mood of the team after the game?
After the game, I mean, everyone felt disappointed, feel like they didn't give their all or whatever. But I mean, I feel like it was a lesson that we had to learn.
He's mentioned a lot about rebounding, troubles and things in that day. What kind of went wrong at Tennessee to allow a team that was, you know, probably size-wise you guys had the advantage, but they were able to out-rebound?
I mean, they came out playing tougher than us from the tip-off. Coach Houghton told us that they were going to do that, but I guess guys just didn't come to play.
How can you build off your game against Kentucky? You seem to kind of really flourish against them and have a big game. How do you build off of that?
I mean, just continue to do it better what I did in that game, or do it more, and just learn from it.
How's the season kind of going for you? I mean, obviously you walked in, had a starting spot right off the bat, and just game in and game out. Just how would you assess your play so far this year?
I mean, at first I started off good, kind of went down. I feel like I'm getting back in my rhythm now. Getting the feel of how I want me to play. I feel like I'm coming along good now.
Ben said that one of the ways he gets over losses is a good, energized practice. What are you expecting out of practice today to get over
I
the
mean, he's
loss?
going to make us get out there today. I think I heard that he said we didn't play on-ball defense good enough, so I feel like he's going to make us work on defense a lot today in practice.
How comfortable do you feel in your position lineup where you're playing right now? Do you feel like you're out of position? As he mentioned, you feel like you might be playing out of position normally, but how comfortable are you there?
I'm comfortable right now. I mean, I ain't got the hang of it, played over a lot of games right now, so I mean, I got the hang of it right now. I'm comfortable.
When you have a ball game like Tuesday, how much does it mean to get back on the floor quickly?
I mean, I got back on there the next morning after the game, just to try to get my confidence back or whatever. So, I mean, it's very important.
What differences did you see? I mean, obviously you played at high school at a very elite level, played a lot of AAU ball, but now that you're in kind of the heart of SEC play, what are the differences you've seen so far?
I say the difference, even though I was at a good school in high school. I mean, the team we played every night wasn't on our level, I say. So, I mean, in the SEC, it's guys bigger than me out there every night. Guys are trying to get to the NBA. Guys are just trying to feed their family. So, I mean, it's different.
What led to that decision to leave Mississippi and go to Oak Hill when you made it back then?
I mean, I had always wanted to play Oak Hill from a long time, and I had got the opportunity. So, I mean, why not go?
What did you learn from that whole experience being up there and playing at an elite level like that?
I mean, just it was a great experience. I don't really.
When you talk about rebounding and things, I know a lot of guys, you know, they break it down to just got to box out better stuff. How do you make yourself a better rebounder?
I say just put yourself in position. You work before you see someone taking a shot. I say you work before the ball hits the rim, and you put yourself in a good position. You most likely get the rebound.
You obviously were a highly recruited player, but out of all the offers and stuff you had, how much were you considered Mississippi State prior to Ben Howland coming here?
I would consider Mississippi State, when I found out how I got the job, whatever, I started considering Mississippi State heavy. I mean, I had always liked it, State, but when he got the job, I really wanted to come here.
What was it about Mississippi State that kind of put them over the top over some of those other schools?
I mean, it just, Mississippi, I had been from home for a long time. Friends and family didn't get to see me play that much. I mean, so I feel like I had a good chance coming in to play, and it was home, so why not come back?
Now that you're here, just how happy have you been with this whole experience so far?
I've been very happy with this playing at Mississippi State. I mean, I love all the people here, fans, it's crazy. I mean, I love it here.
You're wearing the jacket shirt today. What's it mean to you to win a state championship and then have an opportunity to be kind of a hometown hero of sorts on the college level?
It means a lot. Like, just know I had a lot of success just down the street at the high school, and just to come here, I expect to keep having more success and maybe win a championship here.
Tyson, rebounding seems to be the theme of the day, but Coach talked about the way you defensive rebounded at Italy. Just talk about how you need to get back to that.
Just gotta focus more on it, and I kind of went away from it, focusing on other things. But it's a point of emphasis, definitely.
What can you do to make yourself a better rebounder? Not just you, but just in general. I know there's a lot of talk, box out, box in. Is it simple as that, or is there anything in particular?
I mean, it's not that simple, but boxing out is important. But it's just it's really an effort thing, just going after the ball.
What's the biggest adjustment you have to make coming from high school to playing in the Southeastern Conference as a freshman?
just being more aggressive on offense and defense. The game is a lot faster, so just being in good shape, stuff like that.
Tyson, were you encouraged by your second half of Tennessee, and is that something you can build on?
I think so. Something I can build on. I haven't really played like that in a while, but I feel like it would be something I can build on.
I know Ben talked about one of the big things for you is just getting bigger physically, and how do you go about that when that's just something you can't do overnight, and improving your game on the court, but also trying to get bigger and stronger off the court?
Well, in the off season, we did a lot of work trying to gain weight. Me and Coach Dietz, I gained 16 pounds, I think, from when I got here, and not really gaining weight during the season as much as the off season, but I feel like I can probably gain more after the season's over.
Growing up a coach's kid's kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time. What's it like now with you and your dad kind of talking basketball? What are those conversations like?
Well, he just talks to me about what I need to improve on, because he played on this level, so he knows what it takes. And he was just telling me how he didn't have nobody to tell him, so it's kind of like a good thing that I got him to talk to about that.
More than halfway through the freshman season, how much is it obvious, or how much do you realize that you do need to put on the weight? Yeah, as you said, 16 pounds. Like, how much do you think you need to put on more, and do you experience that, realize that during the game that you could stand to put on a few more pounds?
I mean, it's not as a big deal as I thought it would be,
Okay.
but I mean, I do need to gain more weight, but it's not as much of an issue as I thought it would.
Ben also said he's trying to preach the message of there's only 6 weeks remaining to your freshman season. How much do you want to make the most of that? How much is that kind of a message towards the entire freshman class?
Well, just keep playing hard for these last 6 weeks, and just try to go hard every day in practice, getting better, and every game just give it your all, so we can finish the season out on a good note.
You had a couple losses last week. How eager are you guys to get back on the home floor and have an opportunity to get another W?
Just gotta keep going hard in practice and keep getting better, and get back to what won us those games. We started rebounding better and started defending better. That's why we started winning those games. We just gotta get back to that.